So, what is the difference between steelhead trout and salmon?
So, steelhead and salmon are part of the same family. Both are anadromous. Anadromous means that they spend part of their lives in the ocean. Now, the difference between steelhead and salmon are that steelhead, after they spawn and lay their eggs, they still live, whereas salmon, on the other hand, they die. Watch as adult trout enter their freshwater spawning grounds and lay their eggs in a gravel bed. Then, the eggs form eyes. After that, the eggs turn into alevin. Alevins are little fish with the yolk sac still attached. Next, they turn into fry and swim downstream. Once smolt, they school together and swim towards the ocean. They face many predators and danger along the way. Once in the ocean, they split off and eat, mature, and grow. After a couple years, the trout return back to where they were born to mate again and to repeat their life cycle.
Hello, Lynn, and welcome to the program. Could you please tell us, with you being very, very well researched of steelhead, salmon, and trout, could you please tell us what the current issues facing them?
The salmon and the steelhead trout population have been declining. This goes for all the Californians because if the population declines, then the watershed health will also decline, which is also bad.
In the majestic redwoods forests of Santa Cruz and Monterey lies this place, the fish hatchery. This place is pretty cool. It has a couple of dogs.
If the fish has gotten attacked too much by it already, then,
And a whole ton of fish.
so it's kind of...
Over 50,000 fish.
I'm with an organization called the Monterey Bay Salmon and Trout Project. We're a non-profit organization, and some scientists and some fishermen got together back in the 1970s, and they said, you know what, the runs of salmon and steelhead in the greater Central Coast area, Monterey Bay area, are declining, and we don't like that. We want to see them stay healthy.
So, how many of these salmon do you say are left in the world?
Well, we look at the distinct populations of salmon as if they were individuals. So basically there were 30, 40 years ago, there were probably roughly 375 distinct families of the species of different salmon on the Pacific Northwest coast. And today it's down to about 195. Now, for them to get to the eyed stage where they start to form their eye, like you guys see in that one, you see the black dots? Can you guys see any of those with black dots? Yeah. That's the actual eyes that are starting to form. That takes about 17 to 19 days. And those are actually, you guys are actually looking at, that's an endangered species right there. So they're actually listed as endangered in our area.
What are the causes of the decline?
Well, there are some natural causes such as predators, but also humans have had a big impact through fishing, development, dams, and various other things, including pollution in the rivers.
What are the essential things that salmon need to survive?
Well, one of the things they need is access to the ocean.
Plants! Food!
Oxygen, gravel, and rocks.
Clean, clear, moving water. It's what salmons need to survive. So, does what we do on land affect the salmon's creek habitat?
Yeah, of course. Like, if there's like trash and litter on the ground, then the rain kind of takes it into the creek habitat. Also, the water we use is from those creeks, which takes away pretty much most of the trout and salmon's habitat.
So what would you recommend for kids at home on how to protect the salmon and the trout species at home, and how can
At home?
they do it? Yeah.
Well, they can start at home by doing some very simple things. One is there are too many people living in California and there isn't enough water. So they can start by conserving water at home, because the fish need water to grow in and to live in. And so if we conserve water in our homes, that leaves more water for the fish. So that's one way right there. Another way is be careful about what we do in our lawns and yards and outside our house, because every time it rains, whatever we do on the outside of our house runs into that gutter that's in the street. And where does that go?
To the ocean.
It goes to the ocean. And even conserving energy in your house, because in some cases water is used to make energy, and so you save water by saving energy. So
Well, thank you for your time.
all right,
Pleasure
Ben,
to meet you.
great to meet you. Pleasure meeting you. Thanks for being here today, you guys.
What are we doing at CDM to help the steelhead trout population?
Well, here at CDM, we're setting up a small tank to simulate the trout's environment, and we're going to raise them until the fry stage and let them go into the environment, since their populations have been reduced by pollution and all those bad things outside.
Well, right now we're incubating the eggs that have just hatched into Alvin, and once they're old enough, we'll release them in one of the creeks. And these eggs are provided by the STEP program, which is a salmon and trout education program, where basically they provide eggs for us that we can just raise and just release into the wild later on. And it's like they provide informational and educational field trips for us.
Banana song.